So I sent out the PDF, and Anita, I don't know if you got it, so I think I'll send it to you separately, because I sent out like a little sheet on how to embed video. So, and it's a step-by-step, and I think you're not in one of my offices, so I'll send it to you. So I am going to go into InTouch. I'm going to wait for this screen to come down here. Okay, perfect. So you go, so InTouch is your, not only your website, but it also is a place for you to do email marketing. And they've made a lot of enhancements since January. So I am going to show you one of the cool things that you can do. You can add pages, and you can also add your own blogs. And in the past, that was something that was only available to people that paid the additional fee of like $190 a year, but now it's available to everybody. So you should be seeing Moyne's Market Leader, and we are going to go straight to, I'm going to show you the view of his site. So this is looking at it as a consumer. And I want to point out that as of January, agents can add up to 4 images across the top for scrolling purposes. You can use your listing concierge photos to make it really personal to you, but they also have beautiful images available to you that you can select from. They also have added a My Properties page to everyone's LinkedIn, or excuse me, everyone's InTouch website. So it has a really nice section of just all of your listings sold and active. And what we did in the past for more, Miriam and I did this in our last meeting, we added a properties video page. So I'm going to show you, and this link is not working, so we're going to go in there and delete that. I'm not sure what happened there. So let's go back to InTouch. This is the view as a consumer, and we're going to go to InTouch, and we are going to edit the site. So to edit or to add video, you need to have the links open and available. You need to have where they are housed on YouTube, because when you share a link to another website, it needs to be housed on YouTube or Vimeo for Market Leaders InTouch. So let me check in and see how everybody's doing. Okay, we've got one more guest jumping on. Okay, so I am going to go through what we did in the past. Was we added a page. I recommend adding a separate page for videos. It is a lot to manage unless you have your own team. It is hard. It's not hard, it's time consuming, and it's very detail oriented. So if you add a video to your home page, it's not something you want to let go. Like those videos go away after a few years, or they get old or stale. So you want to add a separate page for your property videos. If you want to do a video on St. Jude, and you have your homepage talking about your partnership with St. Jude, and you'd have to be one of the people that signed up to donate to St. Jude with every transaction. And I don't know I don't think there's a minimum amount. I think there is just a participation requirement. You could add that to your homepage. But property videos, I really recommend containing them all in one place so that people can look through them all one right after another. So what you would do is you would click add a page, and I'm not going to do this because we've already created one, and you would put in property videos. And depending on how big your business is or how big of a geographic area you covered, you could have a sold properties videos, or you could do a active property videos. You could do city condos, Chicago condos videos if you have several of those. So it's up to you, but if you break it down, it's a little easier for the consumer to digest. So you would put in a page, you would name that page, and you can put in search engine information here. And we're not going to do that at this time because we've already done that. and we created a My Properties videos page, property videos. So we're going to go in here and we're going to edit this page. So when I looked at Moyne's second one, this one is not working out. What we did was we added a widget and we added a section. So I am going to start over because I'm going to show you. Let me go back. I think it will be a lot clearer if I do it, create a new page so you can go through the motion. And I'm going to add a page and we're going to call this My Property Videos. You could call it Dream Homes. You can call it whatever you want. Videos of listings. And you would want to put town names in here. Current listings, you'd want to put town names. So it would be something that somebody is searching. People are probably not searching Moyne's property videos, but they might be searching videos of Plainfield Homes or Hinsdale or Burr Ridge. So we've got a new page here called My Property Videos. It is not published. So we're going to go ahead in there and edit that page. And we are going to start here. So it's giving us a blank screen, basically, for us to create something. So it will give us one widget straight across. And to edit that widget, we can add custom content. You can also add a section, which I think looks really, really nice. So, and that would mean a section would be, and I'll show you what this looks like. You could have 2 across, you could have 3 across. I think 2 is a good way to go. It lays out nicely and it still looks good on a phone. This is a way to make that look more attractive. And it also, because they're individual little pieces of code, that it will translate well from a phone or a tablet or your laptop. So I think setting it up correctly is a great place to start. So we're going to select 2 columns and we're going to hit save. So I have got 2 widgets here and I am going to click this edit button. Excuse me, I'm not going to hit that. Hold on 1 second. I don't do this very often and I kind of forget how. I'm going to delete this one and I'm going to bring the other 2 up. So I only want, I'm going to delete this one as well. I want 2 columns. So now I've got it to 2 different columns. It's showing it up here and I've eliminated the other pieces ahead of it. So I'm going to hit add a widget and I am going to select custom content. We are going to get the content from someplace else. So I am actually going to show you how to do this. So the style is the first tab that comes up, and you'll notice the only thing we are looking at is the style of that piece. Do we want a white background or a dark background? And it shows you what it will look like below. So this is gray text with a white background. And we are not going to put a headline in here, but actually let's put in West Suburban. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. We're going to hit next. And the next thing we're looking for is the content. This allows you to type in your own copy, whether you're blogging or whatever, but we are going to use source code. And I am going to go over here and try to find source code. So this is some older listings, and I am going to start with some older ones and see if these are done. So let's go to listing details. So I'm in listing concierge because I know that there are TV shows that have been approved in listing concierge. So you want to go to TV and video, and it has to be a completed TV show. It has to be loaded onto YouTube for you to access it. So I'm going to click on it here. I am going to hit air date and YouTube video. And it gives us the link right here, but we really need the source code. So you can click on it here or you can click on it here, but we have to go to YouTube. We can't just hit the share button like we normally would to send it to Facebook. So I'm going to click on this link and it should show up, and this is going to give us YouTube. So hopefully you guys are seeing this, and you want to make sure that the YouTube icon is in the top left. So I'm going to pause this. And then I am going to hit the share button from YouTube. So this is slightly different. We hit share, and this is where we get the embedding code. So if you're on YouTube, you hit share, you can share to Facebook and other places, or you can get the embedding code. And that's just sending it in a usable format to another website. So I'm clicking those two carets, and it gives me the code. So I hit copy. So we'll highlight all of it. And then I have to open the Market Leader tab. And I still have this open. And I hit the source code. And it brings up this source code screen. I'm going to paste it. And this will format this for us. So there we go. That's a preview of it. And we can put this centered. And then we can hit next. And then we will review it. So this is what the headline looks like. Everybody has a different headline layout. This is the template that he has selected, and that's a different class altogether, but you can go into the website widget and change the headline layout. So, but for today's class, we're going to keep it there, and we're going to hit, and I don't know if I can change this to centered. Let's go back. And I cannot. Okay, so we're going to keep this like that, hit next. And there's the review, and we're going to save it. So that's our first one, Western Suburban Homes. Now, I've learned that you can stack these one right after another. If you add another widget underneath here, which is what it's intended to do, it gives quite a bit of space in between the videos. And I think it looks better to have them stacked a little closer together so that people know that, that there's more than one video. So let's go back here, and we're going to hit edit. And we're going to go through the same process. I am going to delete the Western Suburban Homes because I just didn't care for it, and I want to keep our options open. So I'm deleting the headline. I hit next, and this is the content that we just loaded. So we're going to leave that in there, but we're going to hit the source code, and we are going to hit return, and we're going to put another video in here. So I'm going to go back to Listing Concierge. I'm going to go back to his listings, and hopefully this is not going to take me out of it. I think it will. So I have to go back to my dashboard. And I'm going into Oakbrook. And I might have this open over here. Okay, so I'm going to go to Moyne's account again. This would be easier for you guys because you're already logged in as somebody. And then we're going to select the next one, Fairfield. And let's see if his TV show has been approved. And it has been. So you click TV and video. And I want to look at the air date. So I'm looking for where it is located on YouTube. So then I click on the YouTube link. We're just trying to access this code on YouTube. So again, I want to make sure that it is on YouTube. The URL starts with YouTube. Then I'm in the right place to get the embedding code. So then I hit share again, because I have to be on YouTube. That looks beautiful. I hit embed, and there's that code again. So I'm going to put this one, I've copied it, and I'm going to go up to the top of my tab and go to Market Leader, and I am going to hit return again, and there put in the next one. I hit OK. This one is centered. This one is not centered, which is OK. I want to click it here. And then I'm going to go up here to the top. So I'm using this toolbar up here, and I'm going to hit Align Center. And then I'm going to scroll up and make sure that they're both aligned, and they are. See how close they are together? I think that is the way to make it look better. And then you review what it will look like. And the nice thing is, excuse me, you do not have to put any information on here because it's all typed up at the top. So hit save. And then we have two right on top of each other. So let's go over to the other screen and let me make sure, see if anybody has any questions so far. This is kind of tedious. It's not something that we often do all the time. Source coding is a little bit more complicated, but once you get in the groove of doing it, it's pretty straightforward. So let's go back. I see something in the chat. Let's see here. So Tiffany is here and she's interested in this material, but will log off. So I will, so Tiffany, I will send you the cheat sheet and I will put this on, and she might be already gone. I will give her the thumbs up. Okay, so let's go back. So I am back on the screen. When I hover over this, I get the little custom content widget. So I want to do it over here. And I want to see if I can add the widget here. I see it. I see the gray bar here. I don't see the gray bar here. Let's see. And when I click this, it only allows me to delete it. So let me go and add a widget. I'm adding a custom content widget, and let's hope I'm putting this in the right place. Okay. I'm going to paste the same source code. Oops. This is a common mistake I just made. Instead of copying and pasting the source code here, I'm going to hit the source code button and see how that looks. And let me see if it put it in the right place. Okay, so it did. Okay. So when you move from one scroll or one column to the other column, you hit, excuse me, add a widget. We have to turn our humidifier on. The heat's on. Okay, so that's how you add content to the other side. So I'm not going to repeat that here. I'm going to get some new source code. So I'm going to go back to Listing Concierge. And we have done the property on Fairfield. Now we are going to go back and do another one. And we're going to do this one. So to be honest, if you were really going to crank this out, you could get all the source code at once and put it in either an Excel spreadsheet or in a Word document, so you know what it is. And then you could just copy and paste from back and forth. But that's just, you know, all of us, our brains all work differently. So whatever's most efficient for you. Hit TV and video again. And I'm going to hit air date and YouTube link. So I'm getting where it is on YouTube. I'm going to click on that. And now we're on YouTube because I see the icon in the top left. So once we click this, I'm going to pause it. And we're going to hit share to get the YouTube, the embedding code. So I get embed, and then I copy it there. I'm going all the way back to InTouch, and I'm going to get this gray bar by hovering over it, and I'm going to edit this. And I want the same style, although I could show you a different style. But so if you want to change the different style, the different background color, you would hit this. It could show you a gray background, or a blue background. And I think the videos look best on the white background. So here we are. This is the one I have to delete. I'm going to hit source code. That gives me that source code box. I'm going to delete what I put there before, and I'm going to hit Control V, and I'm going to hit OK. But I'm going to show you a quicker way. So we've got that one, and let's go back and get another source code instead of going back and forth. We've done this, all of these, and this will be our last one. We'll hit this. And if these are sold, you can always put sold up there if you want. I think people just like to look at homes. So it depends on how big of a sales approach you want to take to this. If you want to put price reduction, you can type in the headline and I'll show you how to do that. So now we're back on YouTube. And then we're going to hit the share screen underneath. And then we're going to hit embed and we're going to copy it. So I'm going to go back to InTouch. I still have this screen up. Hit return a couple of times and then I'm going to paste it. And then those will both be in here at the same time. These are both flush left. So we want to make them all centered. Perfect. And since they were added at the same time, they are in both centered at the same time. So let's save this and let's take a look and see if it lines up well to the other one. Yeah, this one I put in an extra return. So I'm going to go back as I want them to look exactly the same. I'm going to edit it. Hit next because I'm not messing with the style. I hit source code. And you want to go after the iframe. So I hit the, I'm trying to get up after iframe. I put in a couple returns. Let's see if that works. It's still pretty tight. But let's hit next. And let's hit save and see how it looks. Because I do want them to look exactly the same. Ah, gosh darn it. Okay, so I'm going to go back and edit it again. Hit next. Source code. And hit. So this one starts with a paragraph style text align. Let's see. Center. How about if I copy that code, hit return, now hit return again. So let's see if that works. And it gave me a little box. I was messing with source code thinking I was going to be really smart. Hit back. Content. And hit the source code. So I messed it up by adding this iframe text align. Text align. Center. Source code. I do want to hit a Control P. I think that means paragraph. Control P. Let's try that. Hit next. Oh boy, I'm going to have to start over. I have jacked this up. Note to self, don't write your own source code. Lesson learned. Okay, so I'm going to go back and get the two of them, the silo and the other one. And the good news is I still have them open. So I have the source code for the silo address. I'm going to go back to InTouch, the tab at the top, hit return, return, and then get the other one, which is, I think, Fairfield. Let's see, which one are we on? I think it's Fairfield. Hit copy, go back to InTouch, and then hit return, and hit OK. And there is a space there. Okay. Center. Next. Save. Holy smokes, they're right on top of each other. Okay, so anytime you get this situation where you just can't figure it out, go back and look at the other source code. So let's look over here. So this one's got a nice space in between the two videos, which I think we really should have. We hit edit. I hit next. I'm going to go to the source code, and I'm looking at this paragraph. And this is what I really need. I want to make sure that I have this P backslash at the end. I think that's the paragraph. So let's find out if that's what's going on. Next, and save it. If not, I'm going to call it quits and give up. Okay, so we're over here. So now we have one that has a line, space in between it. The other one does not. Hit edit. I don't know about you guys, but this is getting tedious. I'm probably not get to do this anymore. So I am going to hit Control V. So I put in this P backslash P caret. And I don't think that's it because it's giving us this thing. Source code. Yeah, and I put it at the end. Let's see if that works. Nope, didn't work. All right, I give up, guys. I'm not gonna put you through all this. So I'm gonna hit save. And I'm gonna have to redo this whole thing, this whole widget again. So the hardest part is really getting all of the widgets and all of the pieces together. So let's go back one. I can't give it up like this. I got to preview and save it. I will do this without putting you guys through it. See, when I made up my own source code, it did not work. So don't do as I say. Do you guys have any questions for me? So you don't have to watch me try to correct this, this spacing error. You can unmute yourself, or you can put it in the chat. The key is to capture that source code from YouTube by hitting the share button and making sure you're on the right menu when you're on InTouch. And I will copy some of this code and I will put this on the same page. I'm not gonna publish this page with the spacing error. So I'll show you, I think I'm gonna just do that offline so you guys don't have to watch, but I will correct it. Do you guys have any questions? I'm gonna send for Tiffany, I'm gonna send her the cheat sheet so she understands how to do it. You have to have both InTouch, your website in the edit field, and you also have to have your listing concierge open and be able to get the links to YouTube. So you'll have to have multiple tabs open. So you'll have to be comfortable. Does the guest person, you're unmuted, do you have any questions?
It's Vicky Ritchie.
Oh, hey.
No, if you can kindly forward me also the cheat sheet, I appreciate it, Ann.
Sure, yeah, and I sent it out this morning, so you might have gotten it.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah, so I sent it in the attachment, so take a look at it because it breaks it down. This is not super easy, but I think once you should sit down and do uninterrupted programming because it's too hard to do this and answer the phone at the same time, is my 2 cents. All righty.
Thank you.
All right, guys, thanks for your patience. I'm going to figure out how to change this this spacing issue on Moyne's account, and then I will publish it with the same page. Okay? All right, thank you guys. Have a good day.
You too, Ann. Bye.